Hi guys, this is Jessica with Power Tools and Makeup Nerd. This is my plans on making a doggy gate that goes to the dining room into the kitchen. So I was watching a movie and just doing some sketching in my book of the door I wanted to make. That's a doorway to the kitchen. That's just a doorway, and I wanted it to swing like a door, but with the wood scraps that I have, I couldn't figure out what to do and how to make it work properly. So I went to a sliding gate where I would put brackets on the wall and the door would go inside of that and it would slide behind the refrigerator. My mom didn't like the idea because, the refrigerator needs to get off heat and she didn't want that to get blocked. So I was going to try to make that work, but we went to a different plan later. This is the current doggy gate that we have. There's my dog Radar. And that little hinge locking mechanism is broken, so it doesn't always close. It doesn't fit the doorway very well. And also from going in and out, the screws are gone that held those little brackets to the wall, and so the door slides when the dogs hit it. This was all the scrap lumber that I had. And so my original plan still was doing the sliding gate, so I'm going off of those dimensions that I set up. And remember, this is my first time, and also I was recording this with one-handed with my iPhone, so it wasn't very steady. And it's just some shots of cutting, and this is how the wood laid out, and this is all scrap wood that I found around the garage and that left over from other projects. I put the panels on and I'm laying them glue before I screwed them in, and right now I'm screwing the other panel that screws all the panels together. And then off to sanding. And I went from 120 to 220 grit. The stain that I had was red mahogany. I was going to use dark walnut, but I didn't have enough. So I made this one stretch out. And this is my first coat of polyurethane to seal everything up. I let it dry for a couple days because I was working and I couldn't finish everything all in a couple days. But this is one coat dried. And this is it hanging in the kitchen right now, and it looks good. The red mahogany came out really nice, but there is a problem. Since we changed the plans to where it's going to be a swinging door, the door is not big enough. I'm just trying to show right there that it's good because my dogs don't go near it. They're like, what is this, because they can't see out. And it works nice, and I have the way the hinge I can have the door swing two different ways. And then my dogs escaped, except for one, my good one. That's Annabelle. But showing the gap is really big going to the wall, and that is where I'm running into the problem, because the locking mechanism I have, the gap is way too big. So I'm trying to figure out how to resolve that. And so I'm using one of these basic hinges, and it just has that little hook that goes into it, and it's just too far away for me to do anything. Excuse me, I'm recovering from the flu. So my next plan is I'm going to get another 2x2. I'm going to stain it, paint it, or I'm just going to get a 2x4 and just plane it down where it would fit, and I'm just going to nail that to the wall. So it'll be a little asymmetrical, but that's okay. And right here I'm just doing, I was narrating myself when I first took the pictures, but I decided to take my dialogue out and do a voiceover. But yeah, that's how it turned out. Check back later for more details. Here's an update on the doggy door. I made a new one. I bought some supplies and I got rid of the gap, so I made the door wider. I had about 2.5 inches in width. I'm doing a magnet closure, so I use a 3/4 inch drill bit because it's a 0.7 inch diameter disc, and glued them in. And here's the other disc in the post, so it meets. It's very strong. I believe it's a 7-pound capacity, and it makes the door shut nicely, and the dogs can't open it. Red mahogany stain with polyurethane finish. And that's about it. Thanks for watching for the updates. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks, guys.